we are going to show you how to use GitHub. So I have my husband with me who is a technical lead. So he knows the common GitHub mistakes people do. He has a team. Yeah, GitHub, not GitHub because there are other systems like GitLab. Yeah. So we are going to show you how to use GitHub and what are the common mistakes people do when they are beginners. So the plan is I have a repo called Employee Attrition API where I implemented CI/CD deployment using GitHub Actions. So it's a model that predicts employee churn. It's just a simple classification model. When you give the attributes of an employee, it will predict whether the employee is going to churn or not. So I've deployed this model using render, and I have the code on GitHub. I have CI/CD setup using GitHub Actions, and I have a few edits to do in the README. What else are we gonna do?
First, you're going to give me access to this repo so I can clone it. Could you give me access to the repo? I think you can just give me my
Username.
username and add me as a collaborator.
Okay.
So I can raise MRs. That should work, I guess.
Okay.
There used to be some kind of access part, but I think I had to accept it first. So let me see if I can access your repo now. Yeah, it's a public repo, so I should be able to access.
It's public. So he will access my repo from his account, and he will clone the repo and try to run it locally. Then what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna run it locally, and I also noticed in Swagger the responses are not proper, so we can update it after. Let me just run it locally and let me see if we have to add any instructions to read me. So the new users, those who clone your repo, they'll also be able to set it up. Let me do that first.
Okay.
Let me log into my GitHub account.
Then we'll show how to raise a PR, how to merge, right? Yeah, basically how to collaborate using Git, which is an essential skill if you're working in a technical role. Doesn't matter whether you are a data scientist like me or a software engineer like him, doesn't matter. So Git is a necessary skill. So that's what we are going to learn today.
Okay, I got access to your repo. I accepted your invite. Now I should show up here as collaborator. I think I can write, and I'm not sure if I can write directly. Maybe I'll be able to raise merge requests. Let me clone your repo now.
So locally, I use WSL to do my projects on a Windows machine, and I have Docker installed locally.
I'm going to create a new folder called Hackspace.
Okay. So that we are creating a new folder on WSL so that it wouldn't collide with my projects.
Let me see if drag and drop works.
It works.
Okay, my space and git clone.
No. Yeah, but
I can add the URL. So,
are you gonna set up a new environment or are you gonna use my environment?
I'm not sure about that. Let me try that. I'm going to clone into a new folder on my side, and this one I'm going to clone with my user ID. So when you work with multiple projects where we have multiple GitHub accounts or Bitbucket or GitLab, any different Git service, Git accounts there. What you can do is you can specify the username in front, instead of directly giving the full the just um, the GitHub
Link.
yeah link. You can specify the username in front of this. I think similar URL, similar formats exist for all the main Git hosting providers, GitLab and Bitbucket too. You can look it up, and yeah. So if you do this, if you use multiple credentials on your machine, you won't accidentally use an incorrect username and email for another service. This is more useful when you work with projects for different clients.
Yeah. You should be really careful if you have multiple Git
Accounts.
credentials. Yeah. Accidentally, you can clone the repo into your private using your private credentials, and that would be a security violation. So be careful, right?
Yeah. Okay, employee attrition API. I have it here. CD into employee attrition. So you can press tab and it should. Those are bash and bash command tips. So CD employee attrition. Now I can. So is that conda set up for separately for? Do I have to create a conda environment for this one, or can I reuse yours?
You can reuse, but because it's set up for this project, just for this project.
Okay, then I'm
I
gonna
usually
activate
set up different environments for
each
different
project,
projects. Yeah.
so I can reuse that. Okay, so another tip is for bash is you can it'll work in PowerShell too. Any bash PowerShell is not fully bash compatible, but still the control R works. So you can search for existing commands here. Uh, employee, I can and keep pressing control R and you'll get the command that you previously typed. For example,
Yeah.
if I type cd, I can go back. This is useful than just pressing up button and going up. And if you don't want that command, you can just press Control C, clear it. Those are all Git, not
Tips.
not specifically Git. Those are all Bash tips.
Yeah. Easier way to search your previous commands.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the activate command. I'm gonna find it and I can run it with employee attrition API. Okay. No name identity,
Yeah, that's okay.
but still got activated.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Don't we need that?
Not for this project. I accidentally installed something in base last time, and then I uninstalled that, and it's some dependency, but it's okay. It
Hmm.
will work. I will fix it later.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so how do I run this now? I am in your repo.
Yeah.
Do I have to open this in VS Code, right? If I do this from here, it'll open in the VS Code from Windows, right? I need to do the code
Code dot.
and that'll
You can open the VS Code from
WSL.
WSL. Enter
Okay.
your folder and then open the VS Code from WSL.
Yeah, so I'm here. How do we run this?
So
The README is inaccurate, so we can right click and
I
view
have
the.
to edit the readme.
Okay, preview. If you open this in preview or Windows, Visual Studio Code has a option to show your previews for Markdown files, so you can view it similar to how you view it on GitHub. Okay, so we don't use VNV, we use Conda.
Okay. Can you check your folder? I mean, like, let's open the models. I don't. I think I
This is
have.
the folder.
Yeah. Open the models. Models.
I think it's a bit easier to do
Yeah.
it here.
Easier to there. Yeah. The model is also like uh because in order to set up CI/CD, I push the model, or usually in data science projects you don't do that, but in order, since this is a demo, I push the model.
Mhm.
So you have the model, so you don't have to chain again. You
Okay,
can
okay,
just
that is good.
install the requirements and you can just try it.
So I can just run this step now, right?
Yeah.
So The first step I need to replace it with the conda
Conda,
activate
yeah,
and
Conda
employee
activate.
attrition.
I use Conda, but when I generated the README, it selected when I have to change it.
Can we do this with when too if needed?
You can, but I use Conda because Conda is a little bit more stable when it
Mhm.
comes to binary dependencies and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, usually I use mini Conda.
Comments txt. I guess that is good.
Mm,
Then trainer we are not doing this,
mm-mm,
right?
mm,
It's already there.
yeah.
But data.row that folder is not here.
Uh, you don't need that. Like, open the data folder.
There's no data folder.
So I didn't push the data,
Mhm.
but yeah, you don't need the. Now you have the model, trained
So
model with you, so you don't need it.
mhm.
Um, I
Le-
will give a link to the data repo in the because I pushing the data into GitHub is not a good habit.
okay.
Yeah, if the data is publicly available, you have to give a link to the Kaggle page or something.
Okay. So for now I don't need it now, right?
Mm-mm.
I can just run Uicon.
Yeah,
You know.
hopefully it runs. We'll see. So,
So this one is available at 8080 port.
mm,
And now you curl it with. Do you have the curl command for this? No, right? We can include that too in the
that's when the README.
README. Mm,
My README skills are poor. I'm
yeah,
just
that's all right. Just add it to the
yeah.
README, and so the next you say. I mean, you might be able to
It's
do.
easy to replicate if I add a good README. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might know how to do all this, but then new user when they clone their repo, if they have the README, at least the quick start instructions, proper instructions here, it'll be easier for them rather than figuring out all
Mm-hmm.
these things. Okay, so now we have this running on localhost.
Mm,
Mm, we don't have Postman here, so we can query with curl.
yeah.
Uh, do you have the curl command? I think it
Yeah, I
might be in
copied
yours.
it before. Mm. Actually, just a minute. We have to check whether we have the sample file. This is the command call.
This one, predict.
Yeah, but let's check if you have the sample file. Yeah,
Sample
it's there. Yeah.
JSON. Okay, on a new terminal, I'm gonna call it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, oh, you query that in WSL.
Yeah.
First, I'm gonna do the version check. Or let me do this. 8080. That is the online one. I'm gonna change it with this. Predict. Uh, what is wrong here? Maybe I'll need, uh, like I said, this one. What do you call this?
Bash. PowerShell.
PowerShell is not fully Bash compatible. So
Why are you
maybe.
trying? I mean, can we use WSL?
Hmm, okay, let me try this in WSL then. Shift
Can you open sample.json?
press end. Oh, you don't have an end key in the keyboard.
Mm.
It would have been easier with end key rather than going with arrow. If you had an end key, shift and press the end key and
I
it will
have an
select everything.
aesthetic keyboard.
Yeah, aesthetic is not always function. Yeah, I mean aesthetic is good, but if I just wish it had a number pad too with
Yeah.
more keys there. So it's a cute keyboard. Yeah. just missing some keys. That's all. Can I duplicate this? Ah, I can duplicate.
Yeah.
Did I lose that folder? I'll have to feed into that folder again, right? Employee.
What I gonna do here?
I just came back to that folder.
Okay.
Some shells, I think, if the setup is all right, you can
Oh, it will
duplicate and
duplicate
it'll
as
duplicate.
it
And
is.
I think Z shell does that. I'm not sure. I've seen some terminals that do that. I hope that works. Oh, I did. Did it? It's
What?
giving.
Yay.
Okay. If you had Postman or something, you can give all these collections and directly from Postman. We don't have Postman in local yet.
Yeah.
Mm, so let me try the other. Okay, we can use Swagger now. In local, we can try Swagger. Is this on yours or mine? Is it, am I? Okay, this is on you, mine.
Yeah.
What's the localhost 8080 Swagger? Oh, it's not Swagger. Docs. Okay, okay. So this is another tip. Windows has a clipboard uh, manager, a clipboard. You
Yeah.
can view the clipboard, can activate it. The first time you'll need to activate it, and you'll it is along with the emoji and all those stuff. You'll get the previous all the everything you have copied previously, so you don't have to switch back between different stuff. You can copy stuff all at once and paste.
Also, if you're using a Windows machine, install Power
Power
Toys.
Toys.
Yeah, Power Toys, and it gives you access to a lot of tiny tools, caffeine, uh,
Yeah, they call
so
it
many
awake, but it
different
is
tools.
they
Yeah,
call it
Awake it
nothing.
used. Yeah,
All those
so
stuff.
many different tools, and it makes your workflow really productive, just useful.
Power Toys.
It's just a random productivity tip.
Yeah, advanced basal command parallel. A lot of. I don't use the majority of this, but some the things that work, I use it a lot. And
If you're a designer, you have a color picker. Uh,
ruler,
yeah,
ruler.
ruler.
I
If
used it
you're
a
a
few times.
front end developer or designer,
Okay, yeah, we'll have to do a session
that's
on
the
the
time.
productivity tools later. Metrics, try it out, execute. Instead of giving a server error, ideally it should be saying something like data is not provided in the
Oh,
body or something. That's an enhancement you can do. Execute. Okay, now you got the probability, risk, and features. Okay, that is kind of similar to top features. Okay, in this success format, example format, it's saying additional prob 1, 2, 3, and all, but here we are not getting. Or if we change the parameters, would it show the top features inside this? Would it populate these properties?
how to check actually?
Okay.
I don't think I
Yes.
have set up.
Still,
Yeah,
still
I
is.
still have a lot of. This is just a basic demo just to showcase CI/CD,
Hmm.
just with just a sample JSON. I was just trying to learn CI/CD. I'm a data scientist, so I mean, for senior roles, some when I apply to uh, applied scientist roles, I don't really apply for a lot of ML engineer roles. It's very heavy in infra. I mostly apply for experimentation plus a little bit of modeling, but still companies do ask for exposure to CI/CD pipeline and stuff. So I was just trying to learn it, and yeah,
Okay. Anyway,
that's
yeah, this is good. This one is the response for predict is good.
mm,
So we have to do that similar responses for more accurate responses here. Example response here in
mm.
version health and metrics. So, but first we let me run it. Okay, I'm running it locally, so we have to update the README for this. So what I'm gonna do is I ran this code locally, and now we found out that some of the instructions are different, right?
Yeah.
So we are gonna add a
We're
new
not
update.
using when, we are using conda. So we have to.
But I'm wondering if you can. Would it work with VNV when to? If
It would, yeah.
then we can give it as an either or, right?
Yeah.
You can either use a when activated
I
or
mean,
use conda.
it doesn't really matter what environment manager you use.
Okay, then we can give it as an or option.
Actually, you can give an or.
Okay. In that case, what we can do is kickstart. Uh, okay, we can ask ChatGPT to generate a new updated README with this instruction
Instead of just editing.
Yeah, and also the training. I didn't do the training kick model, right? You have to do that only if you need to train it. You have the model here already, right? You have to do it only if you need to train
Ideally,
it
you
again.
shouldn't push the model to the repo, but in order to deploy this on render for this prototype, this is a minimal prototype. So, for this prototype, I push the model for the deployment, but usually you would not push the model.
Let's add attrition feather
Exclude.
and let's exclude.
And git ignore.
It ignore.
Yeah. But you have to be really careful because sometimes
on reference. Okay, is
AI
it applied?
yeah.
I know, but does it show up here?
No, you have to. I think you have to accept the change somehow.
Wait, it ignore.
Yeah.
Okay, I see the change.
Yeah. Like highlight the line. It's good.
Oh, okay, this is good. I use Gemini Code Assist instead of Copilot, as I'm not that familiar with Copilot. But I think Copilot is more well. It is also from
Integrated with
it's also
VS
from
Code.
GitHub, Microsoft. So that should also this one looks better integrated. Keep that's good. What I do with Gemini Code Assist is I paste the changes and I just compare it over here. I can see the change side by side and I can revert the changes. Yeah, with code integrated assistance, you can directly see the changes here. You can accept only the necessary changes, but when you copy paste the whole thing into ChatGPT or Gemini, and then it gives back the changes, you can copy paste it back, but then make sure in the source view you are only modifying the necessary changes. There might be a lot of changes here. You can explore. You can press shift or revert the changes back which you don't need. It doesn't apply to this file because there's only one change, but when there are a lot of changes here, you can undo and revert the unnecessary changes. ChatGPT and this AI chat, they have a tendency to cause
Rewrite the
regressions.
other things.
Yeah, they might remove features, remove comments and all, which it doesn't uh, find that important, but you might need it. So that's another tip. So what do
I
we
have a
do? We
question.
excluded.
When are you supposed to commit and when are you supposed to push?
The commit, I would say this change you can add as a commit. There might be a lot of changes. So what we are doing is we are updating the README. So, I mean that is a small change. But suppose you are working on a feature, it involves 2-3 changes. Suppose in our case, for each endpoint, we are updating the Swagger. So if they are in different files, for each file we can do a commit. And so in case if you want to revert changes for one particular file, you can undo that particular file. That's just an example. It doesn't have you don't have to do that for each file. It's feature wise.
Okay.
So instead of committing everything at the end of the day
Yeah.
in one commit, it is better to suppose you are working on two separate features. It's better not to combine everything into one commit. So suppose you are updating the README now and you are updating the Swagger responses. It would be weird if you do that in one commit.
Yeah.
Both of them in one commit.
So you have to commit when you complete a feature.
One feature or one fix.
Successfully
And
complete.
an unrelated one you have to add it in a separate commit. And in a merge request, there would be multiple commits. So incrementally you are adding multiple commits rather than doing everything in at the end of the day in one commit and pushing it. That will make it easier to roll back.
Negates the purpose of GitHub. If you want to roll back a feature, I mean, if you commit together, then you will be rolled back a few steps.
Yeah,
right?
if you are doing everything in one big commit, you are not using Git effective properly. The advantage of Git is you can track your changes and roll back and see one specific change in the history. You can go back and if you want, there are options to revert a specific commit. So you can, if you accidentally push something, that commit alone you can roll back here with the commit ID. You see there a lot, you can see the changes here, what file you edited. This suppose if I want to edit, maybe update the git ignore, you can see this change and then you realize if change is not needed, you can get the commit ID and there's an option to revert that commit alone, revert that specific commit alone. But assume you instead, when you just named it update git ignore and you were updating 7 8 files there and changing making other changes which are not described here, then you can't revert it alone. So that kind of negates the purpose of Git. Okay, and the next change is, so we need to commit this. So you have to describe that change, and also better not commit in the main branch in a repo that if it is just you working on it, practically most people would just commit into the main branch. If it's a small project and multiple people are not working on it, it's okay. It's not a good practice, but it's okay. But in the best practice is to cut a branch for everything that you are adding. It can be, you can look up the naming conventions. What I follow is feature. For what more in industry projects, what most people follow are they go with naming conventions like feature slash is a feature branch, or fix slash if it's a fixed branch, and in products and all there are uh, release branches, multiple branches. Git branch naming conventions. There would be feature, bug fix, hot fix, release, and multiple other branches. Yeah, and also in when you are in a working environment, you will have the ticket ID in front of the fixes and features and mention that. But in this case, we don't have issues on tickets, so I'm gonna just go with bug fix and this part. So in this case, I would say this is more like a fix for the README. So I will go with fix slash update README instructions. And also when you
Right now, when we did this, we edited git ignore.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we can have that as a one commit, and in the next commit we can have the README updates. So both of these will apply to the they are related to the same task, right? So I'm just adding it in the one branch. Create new branch, fix, correct README, and also instead of corrected README, instead of, I've seen a lot of people commit
Past tense.
in past tense. So add the branch name or the commit messages in past tense. So the convention is to have it in present tense. So think of it like an instruction that you are giving. Think of it like a statement. You have to describe the description. What will happen if this branch or this commit is merged? So think of it like a patch. Your commit as a patch. You have to describe when this patch is applied, what is going to happen. That's why you have to describe it in as a statement. So correct, fix, correct, readme. For the branch name,
So
make it a short name, and yeah, it can be more in if the task is bigger.
mm,
For now, I'm just gonna go with the fix correct readme branch name. Correct readme and the commit message. Now
you can
Gemini,
generate commit
yeah,
messages.
generate the commit message can be done. I'm going to change the thing as functionality. That's not it.
That's very generic. Yeah.
That is not at all what we did. We just
Yeah.
exclude.
Exclude data.
Uh, what is this data for?
Data for training
Data for training
from get ignored.
training data.
From ignore. I mean, it's not just training data. We can give, yeah, it's for model training. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can just ideally we are supposed to stage this first. That is the equivalent of git add dot command
Yeah.
or add the files, but you can do that and then commit, or else VS Code would ask you. They will ask you that prompt, and you can click it and stage it. That would be useful if you have a 5 or 6 file. You're working on a lot of files, and you don't want to. Suppose if you want to commit this file, but you don't want to commit this file. In that case, you can stage only one of them, and only the stage changes would get into would be get into the
Basically,
commit.
git add.
Yeah, it's
Right?
git add. It's the same as git add. It's
That
just a
is,
GUI way of doing
yeah.
that. Staging. What we are when we are doing git add, it's staging. If you're familiar
Commands.
with the commands, you will get the concept, and then you will be able to use any GUI tool.
Yeah.
You will be able to use. I prefer using the VS Code. I work with Visual Studio Code, so if you are using Visual Studio Code or PyCharm, I prefer the integrated tools in the IDE. And yeah, one additional thing I use is this GitLens extension that'll help. That'll kind of augment the VS Code's built-in Git features. Like if you have a file, you can see the file history somewhere over here. So you can see what all changes, specifically who all updated that file.
Mm.
So if you think there's something is mistakenly added to a file, you can go back and check the commit specific to that file, rather than checking all the commits and finding what all edited that file. So that is one useful feature I found in GitLens extension. Okay, coming back. So where were we were committing the changes. Exclude the training data from git ignore. I'm gonna commit that, and I'm gonna push it with publish. This showing publish because this branch is not added on GitHub. It's not pushed to the hosting service, so we push it, publish branch, and then I can see the changes on on my side. I will be able to see the changes. Yeah,
I've
see
seen
the branches
branch.
here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is now you can update the readme and change the command, and into the same branch you can push it. And when you are ready to raise a review, you can raise an MR. So we can do this change first, update the readme with the proper command, and then think of doing the merge request or the pull request. Okay, let's edit the readme.
You should not push your model into the Git repo. Ideally, you should be building the model in Docker. So, yeah, for this demo, this is okay. So, I push the data into the repo too because this is not available anywhere online. It's a cleaned data I got from a course that I took. So we have to edit the name of the data set. It's given attrition.feather. We have to give that here. Attrition.feather. Okay.
Also, we'll have to change this VNV, make it
We don't have
optional.
to change, yeah.
I would say give the conda command along with the VNV
Yeah.
command and just
Yeah.
mention if you are using conda, use
Or
this, or you can use that.
or we can give or and add contact. It would work either way.
Oh, conda create first,
Mm.
and then conda activate.
Mm.
Ah, okay. And copy this. Then don't you have to set it up everything there first in that conda create?
Yeah, there's a command for creating and activating in the same step, like the when command.
Conda create. I mean, do you have to
No, it
install?
just I have to check. I forgot this.
Are there more stuff in between create and activate? Don't you have to install everything? All the
Yeah, you have to install Miniconda, or you have to give that to.
those. I would just
I
say I'll
mean,
just
you
skip
have to
those.
install when. I mean, do we have to go that far?
No,
Because
no. For now, just, we can just
if you're
mention.
doing a data science projects, you should know. I mean, you would know how to install things with
Then
pip.
you'll have to mention that. What all things do you install in that?
In order to run Conda, you have to install Anaconda or Miniconda. In order to use when to create environment, you have to install when using pip. Do we?
Let me just check. Let me apply this. Oh, wow, that was cool.
Or using Conda create. Yeah, name employee attrition
Let me just
API.
compare what they did. You can activate a virtual environment using when or using conda. Okay. Oh, create and then conda activate.
The
Employee
Python
attribute.
and M when is uh, actually we can change the name of the
Environment
yeah
to employee attrition API.
yeah.
Can we change the name of? But do we? That one is done inside the folder, right? So there will be only one VN here. Do we need to? Those files get created somewhere here, right? Dot .venv.
It gets created in your system.
No, I'm not sure about the case of VNV. Conda does that inside the system, but does VNV created? I thought VNV created here.
No,
Okay. Where does it get created?
it's created
In the
in
home
your
directory?
yeah
Oh,
somewhere in your system.
dot .venv to per project name
Yeah,
like employee. What is the name?
yeah. You have to create an environment with a name that distinguishes that environment. If you're using the same environment for all data science projects, you can do that, but it would create problems
No,
because
you do not need to genuine common and recommended dimensions of many tools are finished, include VNV folders. It's created, I think it's preferring name it of terms not required and offers no technical advantage for more purpose. Why do we do that in why do we do that in Conda though? Also, is this dot .venv created inside this folder? Honda naming the environment has under management when globally since Honda environment stored at central location not inside branch. When it's running in creation directly inside your current project folder.
Oh,
This is
so
per
when
project.
works.
Yeah, project when this per project, this Honda is global.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the location. So
Is
when
it
we
true? I have to check.
are you gonna run when now here and check?
Hmm.
Now what? So we have either Ian or this. Did I save it? Now let me just compare it before just pushing it. Attrition feather. We mentioned the attrition feather changes and updated to specify both conda. And all right, looks all right. Let me just check the preview. Still environment requirements. Target attrition. Does this one do reload port 300? I'm not doing Docker build at the moment. I hope. I mean, I assume this works, right? This is what you used. No change here, right? Okay, so now you commit these changes. Update README to update README to specify. Update the README to specify to correct. Update README to correct training data file. This is training data file, right?
I would just give update readme.
Yeah, that is not specific.
That's
We have to
like
specify.
normal commit message.
Yeah, that is not
That is
descriptive
not.
enough.
Yeah.
Everybody would know. They'll see this file is being updated, and just describing it is not gonna help much. That is like I see that in change logs and all a lot. In when you update apps on Play Store, it'll just say
Update
updates.
apps.
Just say updates in the change log. That some developers do that. Not at all helpful. And the next,
Novice people.
I think look at this. So in this case, we had two changes in README. So what you do is add in the same message you can add more points like this, like bullet points. So you can look up commit message and pull request message conventions, and you can get the format. So here we are adding conda instructions too, right? Add conda virtual environment instructions to readme. When you are doing a big project and all, I think every small thing you won't need to specify it descriptively. But in this case, our changes are smaller. That's why I'm describing all these things. I'm gonna push it. Sync the changes. I prefer instead of sync. Yeah, in this branch it's okay. But in main branch and all, don't sync it because mistakenly, if you have a few commits here, that'll also get pushed directly to main. Ideally, in an actual project, main would be write protected, so you wouldn't push to the main branch. But in this case, or at least there will be some commit hooks. There are hooks that will prevent you from pushing directly to main. But if those protections are not there, things might get accidentally pushed to main branch.
Yeah, interns breaking the production.
Yeah, that's how that happens. So I would say it's a good practice to use push. And in this case, I'm just going to go with sync changes anyway. Also, if this branch is used by multiple developers and you added something here and without pulling, uh, you might get merge requests if I am writing something into the same branch. So let me do that now. Now I'm gonna raise a merge request. With these changes, we can raise a merge request. And on my side, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna make some changes to the same README, and I'll show you how to resolve the conflicts.
Can you expand the window?
Okay, on my side, now that change should be here. Oh, okay. On your side, you have to raise a merge request now. Okay, now we'll see. Now you'll see if it's correct readme as a branch here, and from here we can compare a merge request. I think if you have multiple branches here, you can go to this branches here, and from here you should be able to raise a merge request, new pull request, or PR or MR. We call it merge MR or PR for short. Okay, I'm gonna raise it from here. Now in this case we have multiple. Generally, if it's just one commit, the same commit message appears here for the um, for the
Title.
yeah, for the title. In this case we have multiple ones. Update readme to correct scroll training data. Okay, so what we do is one of the changes we add it here. Oops, control shift V. Scroll training data from it. All the changes that you have in that merge request, you add it as sub points here. And then one of the main change you can describe here, or you can, for the title you can just mention the whole thing. Name of training data file, exclude training data from git ignore. Okay, that looks good. Ideally, I mean, if you are working on a feature or a fix, you will have the Jira or a ticket number there. Yeah, and colon this name
I
here.
would. I mean, why can't you put this one in the description and just give a general title?
Which one?
I mean,
The Jira ID. We don't have a Jira now.
update readme to correct name of training data file. Also, give that in the description and just add a update readme title. Why can't we do that?
I mean, this one is not. Oh yeah, we can do that update, but then.
Why did you give the update readme to correct name of training file as the title?
If that is a main change, what I do is, suppose if the main feature that we work on in this file
Is that a convention? Is that a thing?
that's something that I do. If the main change, suppose if I'm working on Swagger, if the main change is update Swagger to make this expose the update the documentation for these endpoints, I would describe the main change there.
Okay.
And the sub changes here. That's just a convention I follow. I'm not sure if it's entirely everybody does that. The smaller sub changes I mention it here.
But this is not a sub change, right? It's a different.
In that case, we can maybe mention it there. Oh, you're thinking of moving this to and then add a separate title there. That will be redundant, right? If we are just update readme and then one more same thing at the bottom. That's why I didn't do that. But if I do this and then just update readme, that'll again.
I mean,
Oh, you're asking why didn't I make this the first title?
No, I'm asking. These are two different changes, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not related. Training one is excluding training data and one is updating readme. Update readme to correct name.
Yeah, but why did we update the readme? That's because we added that training. That's just related.
I'm thinking about the other thing.
Swagger changes are not here.
No. What did
The BNB thing?
Yeah, when
yeah, it's a good thing. I add conda instructions readme. Yeah, I can add that too.
Process these two changes.
Yeah, that
I thought you
is a good
added
thing.
the when.
No, the when thing is also here. I am just adding it here.
Okay, now I.
Yeah, so now it's a good catch.
Now the when is a different. It's not a subtask, right?
Update readme to correct name of training data file and add conda when instructions. Oh, you are asking to add this one as the main one and then bring admit. Yeah, that can. I think if that is the main task, we can bring this one here and then we can take it over there. That could also work.
Conda instructions.
Yeah.
Those are kind of unrelated, right? In virtual environment and the training file.
They are unrelated, but just because it's anyway we are updating the readme. So as part of updating the readme, I just added it. You can add it in a separate commit,
You
can, but it's also kind of like a minor change. So I added it in the same.
Okay.
Why is Grammarly not giving me the
Just
ignore
correcting your tone.
that? Yeah, it doesn't usually
Do
work
not
with
mind.
technical.
No.
They remove the correct file name of it. Yeah, this was good. Create the pull request. And you can request a review from me. Oh, Copilot can do that. Okay. Okay. So now I'll get. Oh, you have the CI/CD thingy. Oh, it's just readme update, so it's not gonna do anything. Okay, let's just ignore that. So on my side,
Are you using white mode to distinguish our accounts, or are you
I don't know.
generally using white mode?
In this case, I
This is
think
not like you.
I don't know why I'm getting white. In my system, I get dark mode. I think maybe in this one, I'm not sure. Maybe I haven't enabled dark mode.
Too bright for my
Yeah, it's a
eyes.
bit bright. Okay, so now I should be seeing a pull request here, and I can go here and I can check this. And in this case, I don't need to run anything locally, so I'm just gonna skim through this, just changes in the git ignore and this. If it was a code change, I should have run it locally. In this case, I'm gonna approve and update it. Or maybe if I want to add some changes, I can directly edit the README here and add changes. Mm, from the file system itself. Or I can pull this. Yeah, or I can pull and merge this.
Which one do you prefer?
For
In
now,
a real work setup.
If I have to make changes, I prefer pulling it on my side. README and all, if it's just a small change, I'll just update it directly from the branch. Uh, if it's a small change I notice in the README or something, rather than pulling it and pushing it. But if I had to locally change some code, I prefer pulling this branch. So if you had to do that in Visual Studio Code, I can go here and check the branch name, and that branch should show here. I can click there and you'll switch to that branch, and you can make changes there. So if I push something to main branch now, a change to README, it will create a merge conflict. So if I
can you repeat that?
So now you change this file, right?
Yeah.
So at the same time, assume another developer raised an MR and that got merged first, and that one already changes the README.
Yeah.
At the same lines or in the same file that you're working on, it will cause a merge conflict.
Because
So I'm going to make a small change here. I'm going to cut a new branch. README minor changes.
No, that's an extra B.
Minor changes. Just a sample one. And I just noticed there are trailing spaces here. Trim, some cosmetic changes I'm going to make. So in Visual Studio Code, you can get this command palette, trim. In some OSs, they have it OS wide. Mac and Ubuntu used to have that. That was very convenient. Now we have this per app. I wish it was available in all the apps. Trim trailing space. Okay.
What does it do?
It just trims the extra space here. So that's just panic I have. It just removed it.
Can you remove that?
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a
Tag.
Which one?
Generated tag.
I'm gonna make a small change here. So this intentionally I'm creating a conflict.
Okay.
So you removed it entirely. I just removed the timestamp here and just kept the date. So when this is merged,
so the system would be confused which change to accept.
Yeah, then you have to update your commit and resolve this conflict so you can merge the changes.
So you will get a notification saying that's a conflict, and you
It
have
will
to
show.
pull again and redo the thing.
Yeah, I'll show how to do that. What other changes do we need?
But usually people wouldn't be working on the same ticket, right?
But then still some of the files, they both of them might modify. Suppose there are two independent changes
Mm.
in different services in the same Docker file.
Mm.
There can be there's always a chance different people working on the same project can modify the same file. Okay, so let me update this. Clean up extra
You
white.
are not looking at the creep up.
Oh,
Extra white.
I should learn touch typing.
Yeah, this saves your time.
Readme. In an extra white space in readme. Okay. I need to. I just cloned it here now, right? So I'll need to set my username and password first. So that is another tip. Don't set the username and password. The global thing. It conflict global.
Email and email
Yeah, user dot name.
username.
User dot name. Okay, you don't have one globally. And email. If you're working on multiple projects, uh, so it'll give you this warning when you push every time. So per repo you can set it. When you work on projects from multiple clients or multiple projects where you require multiple credentials, you will make sure this won't uh, accidentally, you won't be pushing with the same username, your personal GitHub info or anything. Okay, so now I have to set it per user. So now I'm gonna raise an MR.
So what did we do right now?
I pushed a change, a minor change, and I'm gonna create a MR. So I am creating a merge request.
Pull request.
Oh yeah, either you can call it either merge or pull request. And I can request for a review. In actual projects, you won't be able to directly merge it. You'll need some reviews from your lead, or towards in some cases in production and all, you'll need an approval from review and approval from more team leads, more people, one or two people. Okay, so if one of these is merged, the other one will show a conflict here. So what you can do is, mm, I'm going to review and merge yours. Then if I come back here, I'll see that this is having a conflict. Okay. This is yours.
So from my account, we had already created a pull request.
Yeah,
And
that
the
that
review
one
is
is
done.
here.
Did you review it?
I can add a review now. I can just go through this and I can say, look, this is good. I can approve and submit review. Or if there are some changes, you can add that in the comment. So I'm going to merge this. Yeah, also we can go here and whenever you see the changes there itself, we can add comments there itself, and that'll add to the review.
Yeah.
There are changes to make, and then that'll appear here, and you'll get notified, and you can make changes there. Now, if I go back here, see, there's a conflict.
Oh, this branch has conflict.
Hmm.
That must be resolved.
Now GitHub has that an option to edit it here itself.
Use the web editor or the command line.
But I think in the general Git flow, if you are not using, I'm not sure if Bitbucket and GitLab and all has this feature. There, what you can do is, now we can go back to main, my branch, and Control Shift T. Control Shift T is the terminal command, but In Visual Studio Code is Control Shift the tilde.
Oh,
Yeah, if you look for terminal, control. Oh,
enter.
terminal. No,
Control Alt Enter.
create terminal.
Oh, okay.
It's Control Shift and this
Mm.
backtick. So
Mm.
I'm not sure what do you call that.
It's not tilde. Tilde is this one.
There is that one. Yeah, I know. This is backtick or something.
Mm.
Uh, yeah. So you see three commits here.
Mm.
Two are your commits and one is the merge commit.
Mm.
Merge sometimes creates a commit.
Mm.
It depends on how it's configured. So I'm gonna pull from main. Git pull. You can either do git pull here,
Mm.
or what I do is I just git pull branch. Okay, that gets got updated.
Mm.
Now the problem is I can, if I every time you work on a project, occasionally, I mean, regularly you can merge from the main.
Mm.
Merge main. You should to stay updated. Oh, you haven't merged it. That's why usually I just search for that command because I already have that.
Mm.
In your case, you don't have that, so I'll just type git merge main.
Mm.
See the conflict. It will show up here. In Visual Studio Code, you can click on that merge conflict, that file. It will show up here, and then see it's showing that that particular line we edited. This one is not a problem because you didn't edit that line. It's the same line when you edit in the same file. That's when this happens. So I can resolve conflict here. Here it will show your change got deleted, but in mine I'm having it here. So you have to pick between these two. Can either this one or this one. Some cases.
We created a pull request. We got a conflict.
Hmm.
Then we pulled the repo.
Hmm.
Mm.
Now I need to resolve this. I need to pick either your change or my change. In some cases, you need to pick a combination.
Do you have to give this command to see the conflict? When you pull the repo, you would.
When you pull the repo, you're pulling into the main branch, right?
Yeah.
So main is not having any conflict. It's in my branch that we are getting this conflict.
Yeah.
Main specifically doesn't have any conflict. I mean, when does the conflicts happen? It happens between two branches. So your branch and my branch had a conflict.
Oh, okay.
So your branch got merged into main first. And now when I try to pull from merge from main into my branch, and I try to get the latest changes from main, you can think of it like a stream.
Yeah.
All the things go into main. It's you can think of it like a stream that keeps on going forward. And your branches you have to pull from merge from main every periodically. Regularly you have to do that or you will become outdated. The main keeps on going, and you have to merge changes into your branch. So when I try to do that, a branch that had conflict with my branch is merged in your branch is merged into it. And because of that when I try to merge your branch, I'm getting the conflict here. So now we'll need to resolve this. So for that, in Visual Studio Code it's pretty easy. You can just, when you try to merge this, it will show all this conflict resolution screen.
Okay.
And there you can click on that resolve conflict button.
Where do you solve it?
Yeah, here we can resolve it. You can either select this change or select this change.
Oh.
You can either select this accept incoming, that is your change, or accept current, which is my change. I'm going to accept yours. But in some case, there will be a change that is done by you and by me. Additions added by both of this. And then
So
that
you
case,
need both.
yeah, then this case there will be an accept combination option there.
Okay.
And there or in some changes even that wouldn't resolve. I mean, even that would you will still need to add some additional changes here. That you can do it. This is called three-way merge or something. This window, both changes and one more window here. Occasionally I get that when some juniors commit change and I make a change and then
You
fix
need
something.
both.
Yeah, both, and in additionally you'll need some more changes for that to work together, work well here. So you add those here. Currently I'm just going with accept incoming. and then I'm gonna currently there's only one conflict. If there are multiple conflicts in the same file, it'll show 143 conflict. Then it'll go to the next conflict.
Never really done this
Yeah, this you will encounter this only when you work in a project, in an actual project.
with multiple people.
Actually, in college we should have encountered this.
Actually, when you do demo projects, you are
You are
supposed to do
supposed
it
to
like
do it,
this,
but in college we treat it
just
just
for
like a.
practice. But we are lazy, so we
In
push
college we
everything
just
into
treat it
main.
like it's cloud storage. That's not how it is supposed to be used. So complete the merge. I clicked it. I'm not sure. Did I click it? Okay, that's merged. Now it'll show this changes here, and I continue and I'll merge it into main branch. This commit that we are creating now will resolve the changes and that's it. Yeah. I feel like I missed something. Yes. In our case, it was just readme. Sometimes there will be multiple files. So for each of these files, you have to
We
open
have
the
Git ignore and readme.
but it is not having conflicts. These are all stage
Okay.
changes. It'll appear previously readme was shown as a merge conflict file. So in that merge conflict file, it will show 2 3 files if you have conflict and all. On each of these files, you have to go and resolve it, and only after that that red symbol will go away from here. It was showing an error red symbol. Now it's gone away. That's the yellow.
Usually, do you have any systems and organizations to avoid, you know,
The conflict.
yeah.
Uh, and the best practice is to you can't avoid it because you can't stop a developer from working both of you. All you can do is you maybe ask the other developer not to touch the other file that your other person is working on. So in one person, if the project is modular, one person can work on one task. When you assign the task, assign it in a way that these don't conflict. But still, there's a probability of this happening. Multiple people can be assigning can be working on similar things, and in some cases, for example, you don't do have a routes file here. When you work on APS, there will be a common route file or something that everybody will add new routes to that. In your case, I'm not sure. Suppose if one developer is assigned to suppose you don't have Swagger here, and one developer is assigned to add this docs endpoint, and in your case, where is it added? SRC. I think it's a single file. All the services are defined here. So if you are adding, is it here that you're adding the docs? Where is the docs?
Docs.
I think it's in the app. Okay, it is a single file. All the routes you are defining in this one. Yeah, I think this is the one. So if somebody else adds another path here, suppose if docs were not here and you are adding the health check and that person is adding the docs, that's still in the same file, even though you are adding two separate things. So some of these things, common files, they'll still get edited.
You will have to work in a common file. It will happen at some point.
So if you are adding something like in my case, if a payment route is added, I'll still go into this. Otherwise, you have to create sub routes and all, and to minimize the possibility of people editing the same file. There'll be one file, and you can have sub routes like, for example, all the payment. If I implement a monoris one or a square one, everything will go into payment slash a sub route, and that will come from a different file. So all the whenever payment changes, directly you won't edit this file. You'll edit that file. I'm not entirely sure how Python and this fast API does it, but I believe most of the systems will allow that. So every time a payment service is added, you don't have to directly edit this top level routes. Yeah. But again, the depends on how your code is structured.
Structured in a modular way.
Yeah, that's how it's done. Again, it will increase the complexity though. It's not as simple as this. I mean, again, you have to go into subfolders and files to get the routes and all. If you can avoid merge conflicts doing this, but then complexity will increase. You're trading one thing for another. Okay, so let me now push this. Hmm, push the changes. Conflict is gone. Now you can check and approve this request. I have requested a review from you. So you should see that in the pull request. Now you can check this and approve this. You can just approve this and
So,
review changes. Click on that.
so the red is the older one and green is the.
Yeah, red is the older one and green is. There was a way to show them side by side. Can you click on display the list? If no, that was not that. There was a way to show them side by side. In my case, it is showing in side by side. That's in an editor. Can you close that? Create the code space.
No.
Yeah, the CI series check is for if that was implemented properly. If there was something in my change which breaks the build, it will show and this is breaking the build and it will show the check here. In our case, this is just readme change, and also I'm not sure whether your build tests are done properly. I'm not sure about that.
Which is the best AI code agent that you have used so far?
I think Copilot is pretty well integrated with VS Code, it's first party. But again, because I have Gemini, we have Gemini Pro. I tend to go with Gemini Code Assist.
I think Claude Code is pretty good.
Have you used it?
No, I've heard people saying that it's good.
Should try it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can see the change. I don't know. I'm now displaying side by side. You can see the change. It's just a minor change. You can approve it. Put a submit to you. Approve. There's no comment to add, so you can approve it. Submit the review.
Or you can request changes.
Yeah, if there are more changes needed.
Submit review.
And you can merge it. Yeah, confirm merge. And delete that branch.
Oh.
You have to clean up your extra branches. Once it's merged, there's no point in keeping the stale branches there, right?
Oh, you have to clean up.
Clean up, yeah. So it was better to do that after
Then and
that.
there.
Yeah, I think I have to delete that branch too.
So that's pretty much
Yeah,
the
and
full
then
workflow.
Locally, once your branch is merged, you switch back to main and delete the other branch. Control Shift B, delete branch, hit delete branch, and you select the branch which is already merged, and yeah, git pull. Here you can either run the git pull command or run this, so you get the latest changes.
Look at that.
And in my side too, I'll delete the other branch. Same thing. I'll switch to main. I see 3 commits being in queue here. I pull and then I delete the other branch. Delete branch. Okay, that is the general flow. How to?
Do you have any tips
At the moment,
mistakes that you see in a regular basis?
I see what developers do is when they work on a feature, they'll wait till the end of the day to push everything rather than making it small commits. When you do changes, each feature in each milestone or each change, it's better to just commit it and and make smaller commits, break it down into smaller commits rather than staging everything and pushing it into one big commit. Especially when your work covers multiple days, sometimes developers they tend to add all of them at the end of 2 or 3 days, all the lot of files into one commit and push it in one commit. That's not good.
Don't do it. What else? Yeah, that's. I guess that's pretty much a good workflow for beginners.
Yeah.
Git is a necessary tool if you work in tech. Just understand. I mean, I think you have to uh, build the habit of using it properly when you do personal projects as well. Then it would be easier.
Hmm. If you
Yeah.
follow the conventions and all in your personal projects too, it would help you when you work in a team environment.
Yeah. That's how did you feel doing this video with me? Was that an enjoyable experience?
Yeah, we should do this more often.
Okay. Okay.
It was a small change. I mean, our change was only in the
Yeah,
README. And
it's just to
practically,
show the pipeline. It's
also
not.
the Swagger changes, we didn't get to do that.
Yeah.
It would be good if
I
we
think
can.
this is enough. We can.
Yeah, for now, this
This
is enough.
video will be long because we don't have a lot of things to cut out because it's a demo kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, overall, this is good. The next things I would like to explore would be the cloud commit,
Okay.
the
AI
cloud code, right?
agents. Yeah.
Cloud code agent
Codex.
and the chat the codex. What do you want to call this one? The Copilot. I don't use it on my system. I use GitHub Gemini Code Assist.
Yeah.
Gemini, yeah, Code Assist. I think. So yeah, chat this. What do you call this? Copilot chat looks good. I would like to explore this more. And the other, Amazon has an Amazon Q or some code assistant. I'd like to try that. And yeah, another tip for the beginners would be when you copy paste from Gemini or ChatGPT, if you are adding code here, mm, when you copy paste this and you are updating. Okay, so when you copy paste from Gemini or ChatGPT, I just asked for a change for deployment, but notice that it has made changes here and here, which we might not need. File save. So what you can do is after pasting, you can revert the changes here. So this was unintentionally added. Sometimes I see the file names and all added at the top. So you can revert this. And here that change maybe at the time I'm not interested in changing the spaces there. Yeah, that's another change. Generally in JavaScript, Node, React, and all, we follow 2 character spaces, but ChatGPT may sometimes give you 4 character spaces, which will mess up the spacing here. I think something similar is happening here. It's adding spaces and all, so you might not need those changes. Uh, yeah, in that case, you can just ignore and revert it if it changes the spacing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this case, I think here this is the report layout. They added extra things. It is changing the space here. Maybe it's correcting the space. I'm not sure.
You have to double check the changes always.
Yeah, so that's what you need to compare and go through the file and revert the changes which are not needed. In my case, I have seen in code. This is just a simple README file. In bigger files, in actual code files, when you ask AI to chat to do something, it might remove features which are already present. It might not. It might overlook those features and remove features. If you merge the code and copy paste the code directly, it is going to cause regressions, remove existing features, and when you add new features. So that is something you can avoid by having a proper Git workflow. You can compare and see the changes and take in only the necessary changes and make sure nothing is lost. So for now, yeah, then for now I'm going to discard these changes. And the temporary changes and all, you can suppose if I don't want, I want to switch to another branch, and if I'm getting a conflict here, you can stash these changes for later. Stash and stay changes and pop it. But I think these are all for another day.
Yeah,
Stash and all.
too
Yeah,
much info.
yeah, I'm just gonna discard this change.
Okay, we are going to wrap up here. Hope you enjoy the video. Um, leave your comments and if you enjoy the video, hit like, leave a comment. If you wanna learn data science, subscribe to the channel. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank
See you in the
you.
next video.